Exploration is the by far best income for new players in EVE Online. And if you want to learn how to make 100 million ISK per hour with just the free 1 million skill points you get at the start of the game, go and watch this video. But playing alone in EVE is boring. So if you want to explore Nullsec, take part in PvP and just be part of a great community. Come and join our Discord and fight under the banner of our supreme leader, me. So come and join Suspect today, link is in the description. Anyway, on with the video. Hey guys, it's me, I41. Today I bring to you the ultimate Nullsec exploration guide. It is easily the highest income activity for new players, and in this video you will learn about what skills to learn, what ships to fly, how to scan and how to hack. Alright, so with that out of the way, let's get right into it. To start off with, before we start our little exploration adventure, we will need skills. The big benefit is all skills for exploration can be found in one tab. You do want to get cloaking skills as well if you're playing on an Omega account, but if you're playing on an Alpha account, Nullsec exploration is still very viable. Cloaking just makes it easier. All of the skills that will appear now on your screen you can train just using the free 1 million skill points you get from the referral link. Don't have a referral link or used them up already? If you do need one, I put my referral link in the description. If you don't have one anymore and already use the skill points, you can also just do the Air Career program and it will give you a free Exploration Expert program, which will also include most of the skills that are listed on the screen. Since reading a bunch of skills from the screen is really painful, I also put a whole skill list in the video description, so you can just look in there and check what skills you need. Once you have those skills trained, you now have a basic set of skills to fly an exploration frigate. But now we need a ship. The fittings for all those ships we will talk about, you can find on my Discord server. I did put the fitting for just the Heron in the description, but YouTube only allows for so many symbols in the video description. So if you want to have those fittings, just join my Discord server. So let's go ahead and talk ships. For starters, I would suggest that regardless of what race you chose at the start of the game, go with the Heron. The Heron is the best new player exploration frigate as it offers the most mid-slots and therefore can fit the most scanning bonus items. This will make it significantly easier for you to scan down sites. And I tell you, scanning down sites will be a pain. If you do have Omega, you can fit a cloak to your Heron as well. But I wouldn't necessarily suggest it, because the Heron is incredibly cheap. Lose the ship, buy a new one. If you join my corp, you will even get a lifetime supply of free Herons. At less than 2 million for a fitted ship, you can on average make your Heron back in a single data or relic site, at least 2 times, best case 50 times. Just due to that fact, I'm giving the Heron an A rating. It's a good ship. Alright, so let's say you made your first few 100 million ISK. You want a new ship. What ship to upgrade to? The Astaro. The Astaro has the benefit that it has basically no skill requirements. It gives a flat bonus to scan strength and relic and data analyzer strength. All that makes it a good option for new players, but it's absolutely not a ship for absolute noobs. At 120 million it is quite expensive. You should have at least Covert Ops cloaking skill to make use of its hull bonus that allows it, allowing you to warp cloaked. Anyway, the Astaro is a good ship, still it only gets an S rating. It is good, but it is not perfect. And that is because the perfect title goes to the one and only Master of Exploration, the greatest Tech 2 ship to skill into, the Anathema. It is the Armar Tech 2 exploration frigate. Just like any other Tech 2 exploration frigate, it gives a huge bonus to scan strength, which at Covert Ops level 4 will be bigger than the one of the Astaro, the ability to use a Covert Ops cloak, it being less than 1/3 the cost of a fitted Astaro, and it can use an interdiction nullifier, meaning you can just fly through bubbles. But the biggest plus, not only does it give access to the Anathema, but the whole array of Armar Tech 2 frigates. And the Armar Tech 2 frigates are hands down the best frigates in the game, so if you wanna fly a Retribution, Purify or Malediction, there you go. But then again, it takes like 20 days to skill into the Anathema. But that doesn't matter. Enough about ships. Now that we set up our ship, we go to set up our HUD. For exploration, we will need to see our overview, probe scanner and our D-scan. To do that, we open our probe scanner, separate it from the map, then we will open our D-scan and separate it from the map too, and use the magic of resizing and merging windows to handily place them on our screen where we can access them quickly. Remember to set the map to floating as well so it doesn't block out your whole screen. And this is our HUD setup. We will use the probe scanner to see and scan anomalies, which is simple enough, but the D-scan is your tool to stay alive. In the D-scan you can see any ship or structure within 14.3 AU of you, or any angle or distance you set it up to. By pressing the V key you can refresh it. This allows you to see if there's a ship close to you. Once you've found an anomaly, you can now scan by moving your probes on top of it. To do that, you double click on the signature you want to scan, and then use the cube in the middle of your probes to move them around. By using the buttons at the bottom, you first align your probes in the X coordinate and then in the Y coordinate. And now you just keep adjusting the range of your probes until you scanned it down. If you have an issue of finishing the last few percent, you can hold Ctrl and left click to readjust the density of your scan. This will only help with the last few percent though. If this doesn't work, you've run into something called a skill issue. With the scanning done, we now get to the second last part of this tutorial, how to hack. You can find in space data and relic sites. Relic sites are worth a lot more. Just remember, those anomalies only respawn if you finish them. So behave and finish your anomalies. Otherwise, I will beat you to death with a rock. Anyway, now we go on with the hacking minigame. It is easy, just follow those few rules. The core node will almost always spawn exactly opposite of where you start. If you start in the middle, I guess you have to cope. Always kill restoration nodes as soon as you find them. Use the items you find carefully. When you unlock a node, it will tell you the distance to the next useful item or the core. But the core is almost always at least 6 nodes away. That is also called the rule of 6. And for the final rule, always try to go through the middle. The direct route is always the shortest route. You don't need to go far right or far left. This is not an extremism contest, and I don't want to get demonetized. So be a shining beacon for democracy and go through the middle. And this might be the silliest advice I've ever given. But it works. So, yeah, it works. But if you follow all these tips, look at your D-scan and remember to eat your anomalies properly, nothing will stop you. Except that you now need to find out how to get to Nullsec anomalies. To get there, you can either fly there, or you can join my corp, Suspicious Intentions, by joining the Discord link in the description. And just have friendly space right next to you with the best exploration regions in the game. Or you use a needlejack filament which you can buy on the Jita market. So you have a lot of options, the only issue is getting there. But it all comes down to trial and error, so try it out, have fun, and see how much you can make. Anyway, this guide was a lot more effort than I thought it would be. So go ham, explore and make your ISK. See you next time.